takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. So opening drive, 3rd down to complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 40 now on second down. Watson, that's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down and 3. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big pickup there on the run. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. The Panthers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Runs through the contact. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Now it's Watson. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Watson on 3rd down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Faking the give. Now Watson. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Shrugs him off, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll run with Chubb. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
In most goal line situations, defensive tackles are just trying to hold the line, hold their ground, and let the other guys roam and make the play. But in this situation, he's able to push his way into the backfield and disrupt that play for a loss.
2nd down and goal. Watson. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have taken the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And the Panthers coming out now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Escaping the... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watson on first down. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 38 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Bryant. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Working with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Watson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Watson. Caught here by Bell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
To the air yet again, Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
McLaughlin for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Mayfield. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Taking a shot here for Marshall. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Carolina.
Terrace Marshall.
55 yards. And the Panthers have got it back to a one-score game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
And the Browns getting set to go.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Here's Watson. Out left side here to Bryant. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Swings this out for Hunt.
And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play, because he saw he had a receiver in the area, and he just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give. This is Chubb. Fighting off the defender. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Running for it, here's Chubb. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones there to make the grab, and the Browns add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. McCaffrey on the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him so far. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. This is McCaffrey on the give, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
1st down, Mayfield. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. 7 yards, the pickup there. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Now Mayfield.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Panthers!
Christian McCaffrey
from 19 yards away.
And the Panthers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
And of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st and 10, Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4.
Now the throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
56, the mark was 56, check 56.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Watson on 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield now. Anderson a 1st down and more. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Come on. 51 the mic, boys.
Mayfield to throw it. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the red zone now, Mayfield.
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Mayfield with it once more. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
This is caught. Touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is Jakeem Grant.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun on 3rd, Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Watson now to throw. Caught here by Bell. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
Second and 11 at the 41.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on.